A teenage hacker is given an indefinite sentence for leaking GTA 6, and the Suicide Squad leaker admits he made a whole load of stuff up. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is Ginx News. Remember when all that GTA 6 footage got leaked? Well, it came from a teenage hacker, and he's just been sentenced to an indefinite hospital order. It's a rather insane headline, so let's try and unpack things, shall we? His name is Aryan Kurtaj, he's 18, he's from Oxford here in the UK, and he likes to hack big companies. We don't have many pictures of him, so here he is holding a shark. Yes, this is the image that BBC News went with for their article, and hilariously it serves as a great metaphor for his hack, Aryan being Aryan and the shark being the very bewildered data of Rockstar Games. Now, funnily enough, when producer Luca read the script, she got the wrong image because apparently there's a few photos of him just holding massive fish. But it was all okay because this one can also serve as a metaphor for all the other big companies he's also hacked. Now, when Aryan wasn't fishing, he was baiting out big companies in the international hacking gang known as Lapsus. Their members are mainly thought to be British and Brazilian, and wait for it, they're basically all a bunch of teenagers. They've targeted the likes of Uber, Nvidia, and BTEE, so it's safe to say, despite their youth, they ain't messing around. Though their age was hinted by the cringy text messages that they sent to 26,000 EE customers. It read, "We are Lapsus, remember our name." Which, don't worry guys, I won't forget it, as now I've heard Lapsus, I just imagine a creepy mall Santa. In that scenario, they demanded $4 million in crypto, of course, or they would delete everyone's data. Now, at that point, most people would go, I guess the show's over. But nope, not Aryan. While in police protection at a travel lodge, he just casually hacked Rockstar Games and leaked possibly the most anticipated game of all time. How did he do that without his laptop? Well, he used an Amazon Fire Stick, a TV, and his phone. And I mean, it's hard not to respect the audacity and the ingenuity of this guy. Also, we should probably dispel a few myths here, because when people hear that he used a Fire Stick to hack a global company, most people envision those movie-style hacking scenes where people are typing furiously as they break into the mainframe. That isn't really what happened here. Most hacking these days essentially involves tricking an employee into giving you their account details. In this case, it was an employee's Slack info. As soon as you have that, well, Bob's your uncle. You're in. You just copy across all of that data you've now got access to, and well done. You can now hold a huge corporation to ransom for millions and millions of dollars. Now, that social engineering still requires skill. You can't just text someone like, "Hey, it's me, your boss. Give me your password." Well, you're fired. But again, he did this in a hotel room while in police protection with an Amazon Fire Stick, so props to him, I guess. He then demanded Rockstar contact him within 24 hours or he would leak the source code for GTA 6, which he then did alongside 90 unreleased clips, all under the username Teapot Uber Hacker. And I'd just like to take a moment because it's examples like this that prove that you can be very smart and very dumb at the same time, because maybe don't have your hacker name hint at your nationality and contain the name of a company you've already hacked. But I guess doing a crime and getting away with it are two different things. And now comes his punishment, and this is where there's a lot of discussion. You see, Aryan's been sentenced to an indefinite hospital order. That's because he has severe autism and doctors have deemed him unfit to stand trial. Therefore, the jury only decided whether he committed the acts, not whether he did so with criminal intent. Now, that doesn't mean he just gets away with it either. Apparently, despite being caught twice, the dude has communicated that he's very much keen on hacking some more. And obviously, he's capable. Not only that, but while in custody, he has been violent dozens of times. And it's for those reasons he's not just been shipped off to prison. Now, some people are describing this as an unfair life sentence. That isn't really true because in theory he'll be released once specialists deem him no longer a threat, though it's not impossible for that to never happen. Plus, that's how it should function. Realistically, there can be some deep systemic issues here, and permanent institutionalization is very much a thing. People can get forgotten or left behind or just ignored, and without a fixed end to your sentence, being trapped in a facility just becomes your life, which is terrifying. Hopefully that won't be the case for Aryan. Of course, you can't be rehabilitated out of your autism, but one of his doctors have said that hacking for him gives him street cred. It comes from a longing to fit in and be respected. The sad reality is being neurodivergent can often ostracize someone from society, and that isolation can lead people down dark paths. That of course doesn't excuse what he did, but ultimately we have to understand why these things happen in order to prevent them from happening again. Either way, it's a fascinating story, and I'm curious to know what you think about it. Do hit us up with your thoughts in the comments down below. On to another story about leaks, and yep, it's another doozy. And no, it's not to do with the Insomniac leaks, which makes me realise it has been a rather leaky week. But that's all very lucky for Rocksteady, as that massively overshadowed the plot leaks for their upcoming Suicide Squad game. Now, let's be honest, the game had already landed itself in a load of hot water without the help of a third party, but boy, it did not help when a load of controversial plot points were revealed, especially as superhero fans care about the plot. Plus, they're building off the legacy of the Arkham games, which is a much loved series, and you don't mess with that. Now, we didn't initially cover the leak when it first broke, mainly because we A, don't like giving away spoilers, and B, generally respect the fact that developers would rather not have all this information shared about. But a lot was spoiled. Hidden guest character reveals, major plot elements, hell, even the ending of the game. The problem is, if we don't discuss the actual plot details, then there ain't much left to talk about. Until now. You see, first up, Rocksteady released a statement on it, saying it was disappointed about the whole situation. There was also a sense of frustration as the leaks lacked a lot of context. But in a surprising twist, the data miner who leaked the info, known as Miller, has also now posted a lengthy apology/admission post that he was less than honest about the leaks. They themselves admitted that it was, quote, a bastardized retelling of the game's story, and that their notes were assembled entirely from cutscenes, which lacked all context for what happened between them. Whereas still, apparently they just skimmed most of those cutscenes anyway. Also, a lot that was listed as fact was actually just speculation. So when they said this extremely controversial thing happened, a lot of the time they were just assuming that might have happened off screen at some point. And to top it off, apparently there's content that completely recontextualizes the story of the game, which, who knows, might actually give a good explanation for some of these plot details. Overall, if you saw the leaks and felt disheartened, at least now you can take it all with a big pinch of salt. And while the game still has a lot to prove, because you know it's another generic live-action game, apparently according to some of the people involved in the alpha testing, they might actually be turning things around. So yeah, as always, whether you want to like or hate a game, it's always best to wait until it's actually out. And that's the last show for both the week and for the year. I just want to personally thank all of you on behalf of everyone here at Ginx. We launched this channel completely fresh earlier in the year, and it's been awesome to see your comments as we slowly grow. Frustratingly for me, our biggest success so far has been our story about gay furry hackers that got over 4 million views across TikTok and Instagram. It's always fun being recognized for that one. Either way, we'll be back next year continuing on our own spin on gaming news, and we can't wait to have you there along for the ride. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in the new year.